That's me being very terrible at trying to draw anything. So that's going away.
So,
um,
well, we don't really have a lot of time before we set out, so I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna prepare a feast today, but
The
when we get a
question is,
chance,
what time of day is it?
it is early morning at the
Okay, we
moment.
don't need light. We don't need light sources then.
No, no.
Clear enough to see. Then it's time to head up the steps.
Okay.
And unless the druid wants to go first, I'll go first. I can
I,
move kind of
I,
fast. If I have to, I can go off the side of those stairs to get back down in a hurry.
Is this where the ship was supposed to take us?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
Okay,
the iceberg that you were looking for.
Okay, okay.
This is the iceberg that may or may not be the lair of that guy Severin, who's the leader, or that thing Severin, that's the leader of the cult of dragons. They might have the Drakehorn.
Yeah, you guys were coming here to find Macath, who was the last known person to have the Drakehorn.
Right.
Macath was a member of the Arcane Brotherhood.
Arcane Brotherhood. It's a level 3 spell, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. Here it is.
you're thinking of Arcane Fist Bump.
Which is just a subclass of Mage Hand.
Before.
Yeah. It's like better.
Wait, I got to remind Dr. V to keep you motivated. Remember, Cath is a female tiefling.
Oh, I know.
He's like, well, I'm aware. Cypher, are you looking for a spell to cast? It sounded like you might.
Yeah, I was because of the fact that I figure if we are going to go up this thing, we need to be safe. But it turns out that because I didn't go up then to the next casting level, because it doesn't happen for another 2 levels, I think, for me, I can only cover 4 of us with invisibility.
Okay.
That includes myself. So me and 3 other people can be
Right.
invisible with this spell. And that's casting it at a level 5, because that's as high as I can cast it right now. So.
We
Alright.
could
Are
just have
you
Sarah.
doing that, or are you guys walking up, or what's going on?
Well, I think that what I would attempt to discuss with this adventurous group of avid dragon explorers is that it might be in our best interest to not be so obvious walking into the lair or domain of a supposed dragon lord. So I might suggest that we take precautions, such as the ability to not be seen. However, in order to do so, that means that one of you would be excluded in the process. So how did you want to handle this?
Let me double check just in case this is no longer true. But yeah, I can cast. I have greater invisibility. I can just take care of number 1.
Okay.
So
What is the
you
main
don't-
effect between invisibility and greater invisibility?
Cypher, did you give yourself Mystic Arcanum? Could you get that at level 11?
Yes, and
Okay.
what I gave myself was Sphere of Death.
Okay. Because you were mentioning that there was a 6th level spell. I was like, I thought you got one. So I just wanted to double check and make sure.
Well,
Okay.
no, it's cast as a 6th level spell, but it doesn't count as a 6th level spell in terms of my spell allotment.
I
So,
gotcha. All right. Okay.
Well, I could make fog to hide us, but yeah, I don't really do invisibility. That's really my.
It wouldn't be a very bright dragon if it didn't notice the moving fog
there's
bank.
a rolling thing of fog coming right at me.
My suggestion would be, if we're going to go sneaky, why don't we go ahead and then you use your invisibility that lasts a while on me and Brill and yourself and Dr. V. Saren makes himself into a small animal.
I'm down. What flavor is small?
Or a seagull or something like that would be around here that wouldn't draw too much suspicion.
Ah!
So, yeah, I was going to ask if you guys let me go.
You're just a
Give you the
fat
difference.
otter flapping around the hallways. That way we have an element of surprise because they'll see you, everyone will stop and go, "What the fuck?
Fuck is that? Is that an otter?"
No, I want to turn into one of those walruses that blow up its nose. They have like a balloon nose.
Just bounce it around.
Yeah. Dum, 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 dum. They're like, ugh, that looks so weird. It's gonna pop. Stop it.
I suggest that because player knowledge, greater invisibility doesn't have that long of a duration.
You are right.
It's a short burst, like it's a 1 minute. Holy crap! You're really, really, really invisible and can do stuff while invisible. Invisibility spell. It's a good spell, but it's not very long duration. But character-wise, Dimash was just he's suggesting we do the invis up, and then Saren can kind of do recon as a critter that doesn't draw suspicions.
That seems reasonable because you are right. Like you said, like my invisibility is very limited time-wise.
Okay, so Saren will turn into David Attenborough, and you're supposed to be here.
I hope you have a lot of adjectives ready to go.
All right.
What other abilities do I have that be? No. Okay, no. So all the abilities that I have would not help in terms of being able to affect a fifth person. Unless, of course, you want to be polymorphed into something. Then I can do that.
I probably wouldn't. Well, wait a minute. If he willingly if you willingly let somebody polymorph you, like if you say I'm blowing my saving throw on purpose, you can't like dispel it. Only the person who cast it can dispel it. So he'd probably be better off using his druid ability to change shapes.
Yeah, whatever, man. Like I said,
Yes.
I can cover 4 of us for an hour. That's about as much as I
an
can.
hour.
If I'm like a mouse in your pocket, does the invisibility not like? Is there a floating mouse?
No, no. Anything that you are equipped with, it becomes invisible as well.
Okay, so let me just be a mouse in your pocket.
Yeah, anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. So if that were true, then you would have to stay in the pocket of whoever it was that you were in.
Okay.
You can stay in my cloak.
Okay.
Yeah, you would probably be better served not to be in anything that I'm carrying because God knows what would be in my pockets.
Is this blood? Is this? Is this blood?
I could put him into the. I can put him into the cylinder that has the blood in it if you like.
All right. Whoever has a mouse pocket, Saren's jumping in.
I have a pocket you can fit in. It's called Nature.
Saren
Oh
totally.
God.
That's how rumors about gerbils get started.
Trick me with the word nature.
Right. I mean, you're a druid. You should be like more appealed by the word nature when she says nature.
I was gonna say everybody's singing along, and then every 10 feet or so, Brill just like, hey, why does the Dragonborn keep making happy little moaning sounds? I don't know. Really excited. Just really gets into visibility spells.
Hey guys, just be glad I can't turn into a tapeworm.
I mean, can't you?
It's not on the list of animals qualified as beasts. It would qualify as vermin, I believe.
Yeah, I'd say tapeworm.
Alright, so you guys are going invisible, and Saren is riding in Anna's pocket. And we're going to leave it at that. So you guys just making your way up the steps then?
I would, yeah. As we are going, I would specifically state, do not attack anything. Do not act out of the ordinary, otherwise you will shatter the invisibility.
Okay. So at the top of this iceberg, or the top of the steps on this iceberg, rather, is a plateau, relatively level. It's not, it's got some sweeps and some hills and valleys of ice that's been built up with and carried on the wind, but it's mostly level enough. Some of the ice bridges that have been built up by the wind are taller than you guys, so it kind of blocks your vision for a bit. And as you're making your way through these cliffs and the passageways between these ice ridges, you do eventually come out to an opening on the plateau, and it looks like there's an ice hunter village set up there. The first thing that you notice after the village comes into view is that there are a row of 10 corpses frozen into the wall on your right, as near the opening of this plateau. The bodies have been preserved in ice, and it looks like it's 3 Luskar warriors, a dwarf, and it looks like about 6 of the ice hunters. Unfortunately, because they have been preserved in the ice, it's kind of difficult to tell how long they've actually been there. Do you guys want to investigate them at all, or what do you want to do? You want to
Yeah,
keep going?
let's get the druid to lick and see how long it takes to get to the center
Of
of
an
the.
icicle pipe?
Yes,
So,
exactly.
So this Ice Hunter village, though, does it look like it's occupied?
It does. It looks like everything on the village has been maintained.
This might be like a warning.
Or heavily hinting that like these cute little ice natives who hang out here
Actually,
are buddies with the
I
dragon
would
cult.
I would investigate the closest. Like you said, there were several. Like there was one dwarf and the rest are human, I guess.
Liskar, let me verify if Liskar is a race or if it's just a nationality. Hang on. I believe that they're just a nationality. So yeah, so there's a dwarf and six and three Liskar warriors. So they're definitely dressed differently than the six ice hunters that are also frozen into the wall.
Well, I'm more interested in their actual biology. One's a dwarf, the rest are humanoid, or are they different creature types?
Yeah, the rest are humans.
Okay, so then what I would do is I would look at the human that is closest to the dwarf and the dwarf, writing down the details of the effects of being entombed in ice. Basically, all the information I can get from that, because that is an interesting thing.
Okay. So what you really get from it is they have not deteriorated due to being frozen. So they're all intact in the way in shapes that they died. It doesn't look like their armor or anything has deteriorated either.
We don't have time, but I will have to come back and dig one of them out of the ice so that I can see what the effects of being frozen are. But we'll do that later.
Okay.
And it's the same for the dwarf, so there's no difference in the genus type of the person, right? It's just that they all seem to be appeared in a suspended state. Okay.
Correct. All right. Anybody else want to take a look at these guys, or are you moving on?
I'm ready.
I'd like just to peek into the various huts, glancing in there to see if there's signs of, do they look like it's more the natives or is it a mixed bag?
Well, the huts are still about 200 yards away from
That's
where you
what
are
I'm heading
currently.
for.
Okay. All right.
For the huts.
So the village is sitting in kind of a sheltered spot near the center of the iceberg, and it's kind of positioned between some of these ice cliffs so that when the wind does blow, it doesn't get hit directly by the wind. There are about 20 structures that make up the village, and they're divided between snow block structures like igloos or yurts, and then there are some that are made of sealskin that's been stretched over like bone frames. A lot of the structures are like one room family dwellings kind of deals. The largest structure of the village looks like it's some sort of meeting hall, and it's heavily decorated with bone whale and skulls of fish and mammals.
Bone frame is ready.
So as you guys roll me. Well, actually, you know what? You don't even need to do that. As you guys begin walking up the path, there you do see a pack of 12 sled dogs, or several packs of sled dogs, total of 12 dogs, that are resting beside the side of the path that you're currently taking.
They're going to smell us.
Silence them with your violence.
Hey, Saren.
If we go violent, the visibility is gone.
Silence them with your violence.
Yeah, this is like an animal kind of control kind of thing here.
You should totally run around and get their attention as a mouse.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeak, motherfucker, squeak.
Yeah. Wait, are you letting me out now?
Hey, you're the. Are you trapped inside her nature's pocket? I'm sure
Do
you have
you
the
want to
capacity
come out?
get. I'm sure you have the capacity to get yourself out.
I don't know if she does kegels.
I don't want to eat a hole through anything.
Yeah, right. The Dragonkin warrior starts making weird noises in the middle of combat.
Is there enough of like you said, the plateau's flat enough? Could we divert around off of the path and go a long way around to avoid going past those dogs? Because going past the dogs, they can sniff out Terminators. They can smell out those invisible people.
Yeah, you could take a ways around. It's going to leave you more exposed to the wind and the elements that are coming across the top of this plateau. But you could take an alternate route so that you're not walking in near vicinity to these dogs.
They're dogs, though. We can just kill the dogs and then move on with our lives.
And then we're not invisible anymore. And then
But then Zoe be re-invisible. We kill the dogs, we go re-invisible.
But then they know we're here.
But then the dogs know we're here.
And then the villagers know we're here, and the dragon knows we're here.
He's such a speciest. They're just dogs. Jeez.
Yes.
He's such a gingiest.
Let's see. Do I have a dog disarming ability? I have to check my skills. Hold on. I don't think I have any. I have stuff. Oh, actually, did I? Hold on. Let me check my items because I might actually have a way to fuck these dogs up without actually hurting them. Did I? I think I came.
That's a good phrase. I can fuck these up without hurting them.
Well, no. Usually the stuff that I pack is stuff that people don't think of. Like I'll have a pouch of salt, a pouch of sand, a pouch of pepper. That stuff comes in handy. Throwing a handful of pepper on these fucking dogs would fuck them up and not let them know that we're there.
I could mass suggestion and say, "Holy shit, what's that? You gotta catch that tail."
No, you just focus and say "squirrel," and then let them go.
So that is a very terribly drawn path and packs of wolves there, or packs of dogs rather.
I could probably make a wall of ice that would trap them.
And that would be subtle, and they'd never know why there's a sudden giant wall of ice around their dogs.
No, they'd just be like a wall of ice, and they'd be like, "Whoa, we're dogs!" And then by the time they wake up, we're gone.
I think the concept of stealth is lost on 95% of the people in this conversation.
But here's the thing: why would these dogs be able to recognize us in invisibility?
Because of smell.
Smell.
Right. That's the thing, though, is that I thought that spell covered all the senses unless it was removed.
No,
it's just invisibility.
Yeah. You gotta be soft of foot.
We can just go around them.
So you guys can go to this. There's enough room to the south of that southern pact that you guys could make it through without being smelled. The wind kind of blows across north to south for the plateau currently, so you could make it around that southern edge without being smelled.
I vote we do that, but I'm a mouse.
Actually, this is not.
Squeak.
There's more space than that. Alright, so you guys are gonna walk around without. You guys like the long way, basically?
That's my plan.
C.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess my murder the dogs is getting outvoted.
Okay. So you guys can, like I said, it does expose you to the elements a bit, so I need constitution checks from everybody.
Do I get a bonus because I'm in a pocket?
Honestly, it makes sense.
He is protected.
You can take yours at an advantage. You can take yours at an advantage.
He's got fur, and his weather is.
As well.
Because as a map, my con is 9.
Oh, con?
Yep.
Con. Okay. Con. Jesus Christ. Ooh! I fucking critted. Nice.
You did good.
Yay.
And Steve. There we go. Alright, so Goat and Genji are going to take 7 points of cold damage. Basically,
God damn it.
a little bit of frostbite.
A little bit of frostbite. So our worm furs were not very up to snuff.
Right. The wind is blowing a lot more than what you were used to down out on the sea. It's giving you a little bit more frostbite.
Out on the sea.
Alright, so let's get rid of these dogs and these lions here, and see if I can give you guys a rudimentary village here.
Rudimentary village. A hint that the GM doesn't think the village is importance.
No, it's just the GM doesn't have a map for the village. It's more of what it is. Let's see. So you've got your meeting hut here, and basically you've got a sunken area where there's like a communal fire pit and a kind of gathering area in the center in front of it, and then you've got the huts all strewn about around it and around the town hall kind of building. Where you guys want to? What do you want to investigate?
Well, are there any signs of people moving around?
There are people going about their daily lives. It's about noonish now. So a lot of people are in the fire pit. Kind of looks like they're eating a lunch, consisting of mainly of fish, surprisingly enough.
No way.
So before we roll in, the question is, what is the duration of this invisibility spell? Like, should we get a refresh on it?
That is a good question, because it's been about probably 10 minutes or so.
Well, that leaves us 50 minutes to just keep
Minutes?
on going.
All
It
right.
lasts for an hour, so.
Maybe we can find like a basement or something.
Well, no, the whole thing is this village is not that huge. It's, do we all want to go in and then meet up somewhere?
So,
Like we all go in, scatter, investigate a little bit, eyeball around, and then meet up somewhere?
are we just passing through, or what's the plan here?
Well, as far as you know, Macath should be somewhere around here, and the Drackhorn should be somewhere around here.
Oh, so this is the spot.
Well,
Yeah, this is the place you guys were trying to get to.
it might be in this village or it might be in a much bigger cave somewhere else on this iceberg plateau thing.
Yeah,
We don't know.
it's somewhere around this iceberg was all that you were told.
Gotta follow
even-
your jump.
Even if we spot the saran wrapped object that we're trying to open, even if we spot like the horn, if like you go, oh look, sure, there's the Drake horn, nobody's around, let me grab it. Your invisibility turns off.
What?
Unless it's an attack.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it to. I mean, if you're going to grab something.
Oh.
As far as I'm aware, that's
I
not.
think it would float in the air because it was not part of the invisibility spell when it was initially cast, but I don't think it would
That-
break your invisibility.
Yeah, that I believe.
But I could put it in my bag and then it would become invisible, right?
It would still be visible because it wasn't part of you when it was cast, right?
No, like in my bag of holding.
As far as I mean, if you
could-
put it in a
could get
bag,
into
I
the
think.
holding, if you found it, yeah. But what are you guys doing? Are you investigating huts? What are you doing?
Let's split up and investigate multiple huts at the same time. Sound good?
Where do we want to meet back up?
Back in the meeting hall.
In the meeting hall. We don't know if there's anybody in there or not. I was gonna say, like, do we want them
Behind it.
behind the meeting hall? So, like, we'll meet up back here after investigating.
Yeah. Sound good?
Okay. GM, do you want us to just randomly move whenever we feel like, or do we want to go with turn
No,
order?
I'm gonna fill you guys in on what happens. But I do want dexterity checks from everybody, just to make sure nobody's tripping over a hut or something.
Yes, I'm
What are
good.
they, tiny huts?
Well, some of them are made out of bones that are like stuck into the ground. You could
Are these-
potentially trip over one of those.
Are these huts for ants?
What is this, a hut for ants? Who am I missing?
Dex.
Am I? I'm still in bucket.
Oh, you are in pocket. That's right. All right. Yeah, I don't need one for you.
Do you want me to make a wisdom save to not squeak?
No, it's fine. All right. So you guys navigate the village without being clumsy. Good job. And so of the things of note in the village, there's three places of note that you guys notice as you're looking through everything. Most of the huts look like they're single family huts. They have, mom and dad and a kid live there, or mom and dad, well, not mom and dad, but a couple, or maybe a lone warrior. So there's one hut that is particularly decorated with weapons that have been made from bones. And these weapons are of fairly substantial size. As you're navigating through the village, looking around, you see the person that they probably belong to, as the looks like the what's the word I'm looking for? No, gladiator for the village. Like he looks like he's probably in charge of training everybody in combat. I'm missing general. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. There
like
is
the sheriff.
there's another hut that is decorated with skulls and bones, and in the skulls and bones are carved runes. Looks like potentially a shaman or a witch doctor type person lives in this hut. And then the other building of note is the large village hall. They've definitely put some time and effort into the village hall, making sure that it looks like you could see that they maybe were trying to ward it off against things. There are runes carved into the wood of the hall. And the fact that there are no trees around means that they brought the wood in from somewhere else, so they definitely took some time and dedication to actually build the structure.
Is the structure, have we been able to see inside the structure, windows?
No, there are no windows. There are front doors that have remained closed the whole time that you've been there.
So is that door flush? Is there any gap at all underneath it? Like, say, a mouse-sized gap?
Oh, in the door? No, the doors are flush. They are designed to keep the wind out for when it blows real hard. So they're sealed against the outside. And it looks like they've taken care to ensure that the seals are covered in lard and just other ways to ensure that it retains the seal.
It's a good weatherproof building. So we either need to get that door open or make a small hole in that thing if we want to go check it out without blatantly opening the door over invisible. You're like, hey, look, the door is opening itself. It's magic. If we want to use the mouse as recon.
How does the rest of the building, the building itself, is it no holes?
No, yeah, the whole building has basically been weatherproofed. Your guess is, looking at it, is that if it does storm up this way and the storms do get bad, probably the whole village comes into the town hall to weather out the storms.
I would say we wait till nightfall. Anybody?
Honestly, like I'm not an expert in being stealthy, so I'm kind of following you guys' lead on this. But it would make sense if we're not trying to be caught nightfall.
If we wait till nightfall, we will have to recast the spell of invisibility on us a few times. But it's not a bad idea. But we don't have any guarantee that they won't go into the meeting hall at night.
Well, we can always go back to the ship.
We could.
And then come back and check it out.
Of course, the ship is there. If these guys are around on the island, well, they're here. They're right here. Have any of these villagers, have we seen them cruising towards the steps, heading down towards where the ship is moored up?
No, but you weren't particularly looking for it either.
So I don't think we can count on the ship not being discovered for all that long.
Let's look around the village itself and see if there's any particular caverns or caves or anything that looks suspicious that might be holding treasure.
As far as any caves around the village or the walls of the ice cliffs around the village, they all seem to be intact. Most of the ice ridges and everything look like they've been built up over years of just wind carrying moisture that gets frozen along and slowly built up on the walls. Other than where the 10 people were entombed in the ice where you first came in. That's the only place that looks like maybe this ice isn't quite natural.
See, I think I might have mixed the notes together and stuff like that, because this was like the place where fucking McCath was supposed to have last been.
Mhm.
But it was kind of also maybe where the dragon lived. It was also maybe where the dragon cult is. So it's like, this is just, the only thing I know is, this is the last place McCath might have been.
The only thing that you guys know for certain, is, as far as this place, is that it is where McCath should be, and it is the last known location of the Drakhorn.
Well, the only place the Drakhorn could really be in this area is inside that hall. And if the hall is built on top of caverns or caves or something, it could lead anywhere.
Well, it might be in that hall, or it might be in that really awesome hut with skulls and runes all over it, because that's kind of like heavy on magic.
Yeah.
Which is where I'm going.
Here we go.
Well, see, the thing is, they blew the horn, so the dragons have to go somewhere, right?
Was this where...
Dragons?
It doesn't, maybe, I mean, they blew the horn to summon the dragons, but perhaps they haven't arrived yet.
And this might... The horn might not even be here. This is just the last place McCath was.
Yeah, but it would just seem coincidental since we were basically drawn in this direction.
All the evil dragons would have been drawn to this area.
Right. It was like Anna felt it and was basically had an internal sense of go this way, and it also led to the same spot. So it seems likely.
I think we're combining spots with other things, because this was not necessarily the spot where everybody felt. It was just you had a general direction of it seemed to be that direction. This was the floating ice mass that Captain Rusta said this is where that person is supposed to be. Wasn't necessarily where the feeling was from.
So the horn, when it was blown, to give you guys a refresher, because it has been a couple weeks, did pull you in the general northerly direction. This ice flow where you guys are currently at is north of Westfall, or not Westfall, Waterdeep. You also have not heard the horn blow again since leaving, and you guys have been out on the boat for about 5 days before you found this iceberg that you're now on.
So, this is just an iceberg. This isn't.
Yeah, it is an iceberg. Yeah.
Huh.
It's a rather large iceberg, but it is an iceberg. It's not a fixed piece of land or anything.
Well, maybe we should actually try diplomacy at this point. Like, we could act like we're looking for this person, which we are.
Which one of these huts is the one? Because Corvo straight out just said he wanted to go check out the hut that had the skulls and the ruins on it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's where I'm going. Where I don't know about you guys.
Which, if the GM would ping it or like just like put
let
an
me
X,
draw
like
one, 'cause
which
I
one's the
didn't draw a specific
cool,
one.
and which
So-
one's the ones with the weapons and stuff?
The blue one there would be the one with the skulls and the runes and the bones. The green here would be the one that had the weapons.
So if we want to try interacting with these people, wouldn't it be a bad idea to spread ourselves out a bit and then just have one person be the person who comes out of a visit to actually talk to them?
The pink circle here, as soon as I move it, is the kind of depressed area where the fire pit is.
Where most of them are hanging out,
Yeah.
socializing, eating, and stuff.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea. Spread out a little bit, check out the huts a little closer, and then have one person try to go for the diplomatic route.
I'm not good with diplomacy, so.
Oh, that's where I'm assuming I'm stepping in.
That's you. That's you, boss. That's what you
Like,
do.
but if we're gonna attempt diplomacy, why are we even invisible?
What?
because there's signs of something around. Like, I don't think these people's teeth made those marks on those bones. So obviously, there's something here that.
Right. I'm
should-
saying, like, it seems odd that we're maintaining a philosophy of both stealth and diplomacy.
Well,
Like, I just go, like, get up in someone's ear and visibly, like, shh, don't scream. I just want to talk.
no, we were scouting. It's recon. You know, coming to see what's going on, making sure we're not walking into some crazy, you know, insane
Huge
little
trap.
thing going on.
Or this is a cult of dragon worshipping psychopaths who go meat and just charge us. See,
We could
I would.
like the ruins on the buildings and on the hut. We could investigate, maybe find out what they mean.
Well, Corvo said he wanted to go over and investigate those. I was going to go park my ass near that big warrior's hut, loiter in that area, because it just screams out to me. It just seems like on the edge of the town, coming out of invisibility, flock of fiery doves bursting out from behind you. That just like seems like it's a Dr. V way to show up at a place anyway. Like, ta-da!
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, dinner got here.
He's back.
Alright, so are you guys doing anything or are you still talking it through?
Trying to figure out what to do.
Okay.
Corvo wanted to investigate the hut, so let's go see what he finds.
Okay, so you're going to investigate the one with all the runes and everything, yes?
Yeah, and find out what they mean.
Okay.
Well, I'm just going to do it. Here, I'm moving myself to here because that's where pretty much I'm going to go. I was going to go investigate this one. Corvo's going to investigate the one with the runes on it.
Alright. Let's see. As far as the one you're investigating, there doesn't really seem to be anything of note in that one, other than large weapons made out of bones. Cypher, are you taking 20 to investigate the inside of the hut?
Yes, of course. I want to get as much detail as I can.
Okay. So inside the hut, you've got really a lot of old furs that are heaped upon upon poles. I can talk, I swear. Jesus Christ.
You'll do it. You'll do it.
I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. Alright. A lot of old furs that are heaped in piles. And it looks like some of them, after you're looking around in this hut for a while, some of them are actually heaped on top of bones laid across in like a grid-like fashion that is covering a hole leading down into the iceberg.
Interesting.
Shove it up their ice hole.
Is there anything that's observable underneath in those holes that are underneath those furs? And yes, I do have dark vision.
Okay. Steps are cut into the wall of this chute. They're creating kind of a steep, spirally staircase down into the iceberg. Looks like, from what you can see from where you are, they probably go down about 100 feet or so.
Interesting. Alrighty. And is that just one, or is there several that are like that?
There's one hole like that.
Okay. And beyond the furs, is there anything else in this hut?
Nothing of note. I mean, there's a bedroll.
Yeah.
There's nothing else of note in there.
Okay. Let's see. So I will send a message to Dr. V that there is something underneath where we are standing, and there are steps that are leading down to that location in this hut.
I will send a message back saying, like, keep it in mind. Maybe we should investigate all of the huts first before we check that out farther.
Okay.
Just in case, if we go down there and someone notices and the other huts are all full of ravenous murderers and then there's a pack of them after us. I'm just saying, I think we should get an entire lay of the land before we leave it to something deeper.
Okay.
So you want to investigate each hut?
Yeah, I think we should check out all the huts.
Okay. How long does the invisibility spell last? An hour?
An hour.
Okay. Um, so you guys can go. You guys make it through all of the huts. The only place you haven't actually seen the inside of at the end of an hour is the town hall.
Which is where I was going to head next.
Because and the reason that you haven't seen the inside is because the doors are barred. Opening them, you're sure that somebody would notice the doors swinging open on their own. You guys can all make it to the back of the town hall into like a blind spot before the invisibility wears off, but it's only going to leave you with about 5 minutes of invisibility.
So do you guys want to go down in the hole or?
Well, now we've reconned, so now we're at the back of the hut. So fuck it, we're back. We were gonna meet back here, so we were.
Yeah, you're about there.
Was there anything in any of the huts?
No, the only hut that had anything really of note in it was the shaman's hut.
The shaman's hut's got the hidden staircase underneath a bunch of furs and a bone trap door, and the green hut has just got a bunch of big style weapons.
Pretty
a
much.
guy who likes to use Briel-sized weapons.
Okay. Well, if all the other huts had absolutely nothing of interest, then I guess we know where we're going.
Okay,
So, do we go in there and try to go ahead and just head on down after re-invising up, or do we make contact with these people?
Well, by observing them, we've determined they have a stock of weapons and enough murder around us with the bones and everything to determine they're at least not peaceful to their own surroundings. Whether they'll be bad to us or not is an entirely different thing.
And the only thing we've seen in this village is these native type people. Like, we have not seen a tiefling walking around.
you have not.
Okay, so they might not even be aware of anything nefarious that may have even happened here. I'd say we just bypass them, just sneak past them.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
Is
our
that-
only experience with these natives have proven that they're basically just giant ice idiots.
They are.
I
They're
don't- I
definitely
don't
ice
ex-
idiots.
Yeah, I don't expect them to have any like useful progressive info for us.
The important question is, Corvo, the hole you found, is it big enough for Briel to even fit down? Or is it like a big staircase?
I didn't give him that information. I can tell you that it is big enough for her to fit down. The opening at the top of it is probably a 10-foot diameter. It's a rather large.
It's a big trapdoor.
It's a large hole.
Okay,
There,
well,
it spirals down with stairs cut into it, so you got to have room to kind of walk in a spiral. So it's about 10 feet wide.
okay. Well, then a plan would be as we go, like, try to, if we're gonna go for the sneak, try to arrange the furs a bit enough so like we lift up the bone lattice work and then put it back in place behind us. Cover up the signs of us passing through.
Yeah, we should definitely do the best we can to make things as we found them.
Okay. All right, so I am going to go grab some dinner real quick. We'll take ourselves a bullshit break. And I
Magical
will eat real
bullshit.
quick
Magical bullshit break.
before you guys
Da-da-da-da. Magical bullshit.
BRB.
Wait a minute. Is he going to get food?
He is. Dude,
So, of
go
course, the
make-
same question that's asked every week. Ugh.
Food sounds good. I'm actually gonna heat up a plate of food in my microwave really fast. So.
Kung Pao chicken. Bitches. Bitches and hoes. He fell asleep.
You heard magical bullshit break and he just split. Yep.
See what happens when you don't put a pile of gold next to Vitus during every adventure? He just has no interest.
He made his own game with blackjack and hookers. Yeah, do it. You like kind of chose an okay time to come in, but like now and until like September is like, oh hey, this is a nice city to live in.
Yeah. I was up there. I was up there for about 9 months during. All 9 months during the stupid part of the time of year that you shouldn't get there.
Yeah,
Namely winter.
good. And then it tricks you, and it's like, surprise, winter and May.
No, that has really
Nice.
or really look at something lots of beer.
Where did you get the liquor?
Uh,
Was that-
Revolution Brewing.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody left.
Who left? Why did
Looks
they
like
leave?
Goat's not on the call anymore.
I think he said something about being AFK.
Oh, he's updating Skype, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, right.
For everybody watching tonight, I'm sorry that I've neglected you. Hi. I know Rico's in there, and I know Fuzz is around, or at least he was earlier. All right, with that duty done, I'm gonna mute my mic and eat. So I'll be back in a
Woo!
second.
Muted mic eating.
Everybody's so quiet today.
It happens. Whoop!
Whoppity womp. Womp womp.
My goodness.
Donka.
That'll teach you.
Yeah, it's just the shit-tasticness of new Skype.
Instead of Skype Classic.
It's got a Skype Classic. Skype Classic where you could do things like unplug your headset. It would just go, oh, I will automatically revert to speakers. New Skype's like, nah, you just want to disconnect forever.
Shit, we've got an hour. And I've got to take care of something. Crap.
Well, we are on magical bullshit food break.
Yeah, I know, but it'll probably take me 15 minutes to do it. I don't know.
What's
how
that?
lo- I have to take care of something. It's going to take me about 15 minutes to do it.
All
And
right.
it's like 8 o'clock tonight, so I gotta.
Yeah.
Do. Let's all go to the lobby.
So like Age of Ultron had like the most epic trailers for its previews. So just
Oh, the previews that were shown at the movie, not about the actual movie itself. Okay.
right.
Yeah. Finally
Yeah.
got to see that Star Wars trailer on the big screen.
So you mean the new Star Wars trailer, which ends with the Han saying Chewie, we're home?
Yeah.
That's the new one for me. That's the newest one I've seen.
Yeah.
That is the newest one.
Cool.
It had Star Wars. It had Pixels, or was it? Is that what it's called? Pixels.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
Dinklage. What's his name's?
Fucking awful.
Yeah, it had the Ant-Man. It had
I'm into
Jurassic
Ant-Man.
Park.
I'm not into Jurassic Park even remotely. And apparently, this Jurassic Park is ignoring Jurassic Park 2 and 3 and just going straight after the first one.
As it should.
That's what the director is doing.
I have no
So if you're
problem
a
with
fan of
that.
Jurassic Park, then it's basically picking up after the first one.
The only movie I've seen this year that I really, really, really liked was Ex Machina.
I want to see that.
It
I do
was
wanna see that
so
real
good.
bad.
Ex what?
Ex Machina, yeah.
Ex Machina was an excellent movie. It's gonna
The
be
romantic AI.
not at all, actually.
That Paul Blart troll you did was epic.
God. I can't comprehend how they made a sequel. I was like, the first one was okay, but it definitely wasn't screaming out, this has got potential for an audience for sequels. Ugh.
It's like
Go vomit.
Age of Ultron was fun, but that's like, at the end, that's all I could walk away and be like, yeah, it was pretty good. I walked out of Ex Machina like it's the fucking best movie I've seen in a couple of years.
I'm expecting to walk out of Mad Max and go, that was a fun movie, and that's it.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm
about
totally
it.
gonna enjoy Mad Max, but it's a firework. It's gonna be big and flashy and pretty. And I'm gonna walk away going, yeah, it was
gonna
good.
have-
I'll be back.
Just from the commercials I've been seeing for it, how they're like not giving a lot away, but going, oh, lots of action sequence, lots of car crashes. I'm like, Mad Max, the Beyond Thunderdome it had a big car chase scene, but there was a lot more to the movie than just a cars driving around. Like the whole idea is there wasn't a lot of car chases because there's no fucking fuel. Why is this supposed to be like a revamp of it? So this is like the Road Warrior time era, which still should be not lots of car chases because there's no fuel to spare.
I'm assuming there's going to be more than just that. I mean, even that's what the trailers have been showing. But I think that's been in an effort to not give too much away.
Right, they're doing their best to not give, because it's like I'm not holding out a lot of hope for it being as
The
good
car
a
chases
story.
they shown have all been from the same scene. It's not
Yeah.
multiple car chases. It's been from the same scene.
Yeah, so it seems. Yeah, we're gonna go see that when it comes out. But yeah, it was fun. Ultron was fun too. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. It was better than the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, it seems like all the cars, yeah, I agree. Yes, it's all like the same. They've ruined that scene because they keep showing 800 different angles of the same scene with the tornado at the same time happening in it, which is always kind of cool. But that's very much like the Road Warrior. Max is now involved with helping to try to get this truck and people out of their oil rig little village. Cue epic scene from that. It's like, okay, if that's the big hunk of the film, that's cool.
From what I'm picking up on, it seems like their plight is less about fighting for oil and more about water. Because that's the main bad guy is always, he has, throughout the trailers, has several different monologues regarding like saving his people, and it shows that he's controlling a huge water source.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's set in the same universe, it's the same writer, it's the same director, so I'm sure they're not just going to ignore, like, oh yeah, suddenly gas is plentiful, but, at the same time, like, that doesn't seem to be the primary focus from what I picked up from the trailers.
How about Jurassic World? Bro, who thinks what?
I think it's going to be fun. That's about where I'm at. I think it's going to be a fun movie.
I think it's gonna be fun, and I'll go lots of cool effects and forget it by the next day.
Yeah,
it's got Chris Pratt in it, and I've come to really enjoy him as an actor. And the fact that they are throwing out Jurassic Park 2 and 3 makes me happy because those movies were kind of garbage. But I'm not expecting anything great out of it either. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm just hoping Chris Pratt doesn't shoehorn himself into being like I'm the wackety doo blah 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 blah
No,
guy in
yeah.
every movie.
This seems like he's actually making a serious attempt at this movie. So
It seems like he's toning it down because I just don't want him to like Andy Dwyer every role. Like it was totally appropriate for Star-Lord, but I'm just hoping he doesn't bring that into like every movie he does.
I think he would make a great Indiana Jones.
I think he'd make a fun Indiana Jones too.
I think he would too. I think he would make a fun Indiana Jones.
can't be worse than Shiloh.
He doesn't exist to me.
He's one of those people that just need to be on the other side of the camera.
You mean Shia LaBeouf, who is not a bad director or actor. However, Harrison Ford nailed it down pretty good in an interview. He's like, no, he's not Indiana Jones. He's not even young Indiana Jones. He's a good actor. He's fun to work with, but he is not Indiana.
I don't care for his acting all that much. He's a good writer, and he's probably a good director. I don't much care for his acting.
Good behind the camera.
At the end of the Crystal Skull, he goes to pick up Indy's hat, and Indy's like, nope.
Yeah,
so it was like,
yet,
that's
kid.
pretty much the sentiment for everyone.
Not yet, kid. Well, okay. I know this crowd of people, of course. Everybody here watches things. Everybody here watches the website, How It Should Have Ended. The one that they did for the Indiana Jones and the Kid with the Crystal Skull, where it's like Harrison Ford's watching the finished movie, and he looks around at Steven Spielberg and George Lucas. He goes, "We really need to apologize to our fans." And it shows the press conference where like Shia LaBeouf is just like got like a piece of duct tape over his mouth so he can't say anything stupid. And Harrison Ford's like, "We're really sorry to the fans that a lot of you weren't happy with this movie. It wasn't necessarily the script we wanted, and it's the one we had to go with. So we're sorry." And it shows George Lucas. "Yeah, I'm sorry." It shows Steven Spielberg standing there with a big bushel basket of money. He's like, I'm not sorry.
It's like, I wonder like how successful was that movie financially? Just because like it was pretty much universally shat on, and I know they spent a shit ton of money making it. So like I wonder what they got back. Yeah, that movie was absolute garbage.
I am back. I think Cypher's AFK now, though, isn't he?
He is. He had to go run an errand. He said that might take like 15 plus minutes. So.
Okay. That's alright. It'll be a slow game this week.
No problem. While he's gone, we can kill his character. He goes back like, "Sorry, you died."
It made $786 million in the box office.
Yeah, I don't think it spent that much making.
Yeah, it made. It cost them $185 million to make.
Well, fair enough.
So, yeah,
That's called a success when you get back 5 times your investment.
Yeah.
Okay, the beginning of the movie just ruined it for me. When he survives the nuclear explosion in a refrigerator.
I love that fact just because it ended up in Fallout as an Easter egg. There's a refrigerator with a skeleton and a fedora in it.
I'm like, nope, Pope of nope.
It could have been a lead-lined refrigerator. You don't know.
He would have died from the impact, not just. There was no padding in that refrigerator.
Wait, ready? Because, remember, by God, Indiana Jones is based on realistic, easily survived, logical survived. Like, you could definitely ride on the outside of a Nazi submarine several hundred miles through the Arctic without dying of exposure to get to a Nazi base. Absolutely. That's believable. Did I just poke holes in our childhood? Yes, I did.
Well, that's weird.
What's that?
It's a picture of a human face ready to be transplanted.
Oh.
If you're squeamish, don't click this link.
Wait, which one are you linking it to? There we go. Skype?
Yep.
I want to see it. If it's the same one. Is it a female face or a...
No, I couldn't tell you. It looks male to me, but I could be completely wrong on that.
That's pretty cool.
That's male. That's the newer one.
That's kind of weird. That's a thing.
Yep.
That's kind of hairy, too.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it was males because of the hair more than anything else.
That's awesome. Which means that really stupid movie Face Off has now become more founded in reality.
Oh, God. Now I actually want Nick Cage and John Travolta to switch faces.
basis.
in real life.
We really want you guys to do this. Why? Because
Fuck you. That's why.
Well, the thing is, you can take the skin off of somebody's face. It's still not
Yeah.
going to change their bone structure.
Yeah,
I
you'd
don't
have to
care
do a
what
lot of
you
work on
say.
bone structures and stuff.
They're still going to generally have the same facial structure. They're just going to have different coloring and maybe some texture. And some swelling.
there's only one way it would work, though. If Scientology says that face swapping is okay, then John could do it.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll swap you guys over to the new map while we're waiting here.
Was it like a legit map?
It is a legit map now,
With like,
with birds and everything. Okay, there are no birds, but what the hell? No, stop! What are you doing? Roll20 just did something really weird. There we go. That's what I wanted. And where it goes?
Suicide Squad cast photo got released.
Yeah, Harley Quinn looks like garbage. She looks like trailer trash.
Yeah, why is her hair blue?
I don't know. There's so
That's
many
what I
things
said.
wrong with that picture that I'm not okay with.
There's a lot wrong with a lot of it.
Yeah, I'm not. I now have zero interest in seeing that in the theater.
I didn't have faith in it already, and now I'm just like, you know what? No.
Yeah, I had some mild interest in it, and I was like, you know what? If it turns out to be good, I'll go see it in a theater or whatever. It'll be neat. It'll be a fun, dumb movie. Looking at that, I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'll see it from the
DC
comfort of my own home.
Whoever they've got DC like doing the film conversion planning and shit just needs to really be dragged out in the street and fired.
It's a true story.
Like all of their movies are just bad.
What?
Like-
Whoa, wait. All the DC, you mean all the ones coming down the road, or all the ones recently have been bad?
For a long time, they've been bad.
So you didn't like any of the Nolan-verse Batmans?
The Nolan verse Batman Begins, I thought was good. The third one was ridiculous. The second one had some elements of serious dumb in it too. It wasn't a perfect movie.
Okay. So you didn't like their take on Bane?
I didn't care for
Sean
the
Connery
main
in a
plot
can.
of the movie. Now, honestly, Bane as a character, I didn't think was that badly done. It was not the worst part of that movie by any stretch. It was a dumb plot.
The Sean Connery in a can voice kind of killed a lot of Bane for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had really good lines.
He did. But
yeah, like, the
The
Superman
voice
movies have
did
been
nothing.
garbage.
The
Fucking
Bane
Green
character-
Lantern was absolute garbage.
Green Lantern, no argument there. Green Lantern was what the fuck? Had a lot of potential, and there was like 3 fucking
Oh, yeah.
scripts for that movie.
I saw it in
They-
theaters.
They jammed together 3 scripts because it was kind of like, well, it's kind of like, much as I am a fanboy of him, so I go, I'm biased, but I love when Kevin Smith does his like auditorium speaking sessions when he's just like shooting the shit about Hollywood.
Oh, sure.
The when it was like when Superman Returns came around, so before the last Superman version, but the one before that, where he was involved with like potential scripts being tossed around, a lot of the shit he talks about in his diatribe about what the fuck happened to the Superman, the Superman plots and the Superman movies showed up in the new one. And I was like, son of a bitch, because it was like he was talking about, one of the scripts that was floating around that he helped work on was the General Zod is in the negative zone with all his troops and shit like that. He fucking shows up out, gets out of the negative zone and is searching the galaxy for other survivors of Krypton, because Krypton was it was like it was like his script treatment was one of the first ones that went, look, it's a scientifically advanced society. They wouldn't have extraplanetary colonies or probes or other places other than Krypton. Like, oh nope, we're gonna put all our we figured out that the planet's being destroyed, but we're all just gonna stay right here. How about we leave? So it was like a lot of that stuff, but he had a lot of he had a lot of very interesting commentary on, like, here's when I was under contract with them because they still had one of my scripts, I wasn't able to talk about it, but the minute that Superman Returns or Superman Lives came out, whatever the fuck the title was, but he was allowed to talk about it. And it was very entertaining watching him go red and Freon. He's like, they're not going to hire me again, so why not? Why not spill the beans?
Yeah, I like all of Kevin Smith's lectures. Have always been really good. I saw him do it up at UAK not too long ago.
And Tusk was highly entertaining.
I still
haven't caught it, and I wanted to see it too.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
It is a black humor. There we go. It's a black humor horror film that is straight out a horror film. It is a horror film, and it's definitely like low budget in the fact that look, there's like 2 sets. You don't need didn't need to have lots of shooting locations because it's all in this one house. It's all happening to this one guy, and everything else is we could just throw this person in the fucking back of the office and go, here, your Skype, your cell phone conversation to your boyfriend who's in this situation. So we don't need her in a fancy set. Just throw him there. It was really, really good, and it was, of course, it's not going to make millions, but it like re-sparked his interest of, fuck it, I am going to do, I'm not going to quit directing. I'm not going to disappear and just totally supporting indie shit. I'm going to do Clerks 3. I'm going to do this other movie, and I'm going to do the hockey movie I've been talking about forever. It's like, yes!
Yeah.
Waiting for that movie.
Everybody I know who saw it said pretty much exactly that. They're like, as long as you know what it is, as long as you take it for what it is, it was a joke. It was like a Twitter post. It was a Twitter post, a Twitter conversation, and then could we make this movie? We could. Well, could we get people to be in it? We can. Could we get it paid for? Done. Let's fucking do it. Really, really entertaining. And if you never saw it, I liked Red State. A lot of people did not like it. I fucking loved it. I liked Red State. I thought that was funny.
And I thought John Goodman was the glue that held that movie together for me. He was the reality guy. He was these kids are idiots. These religious radicals are idiots. He is just the working guy caught in the middle of all this shit. Sir, clean and orderly, just shit all over itself.
Yeah.
I'm a little distracted right now. I got my oh God, because he's the agent in charge. My AAC. I got my AAC skull lodged in my knee right now. I'm a little thrown off my game. But his speech at the end of that too was great. I was like, Goodman's in the game.
I love John Goodman. Like, he was the only reason anyone should even consider seeing the last Transformer movie.
Oh, that's right. He did the voice of whatever that robot was.
Yeah, he was Hound, I believe. And I went to see that movie because I was promised Dinobots. And
you mean the 8 minutes of screen time the Dinobots had?
Yeah. I didn't know that going in. I was like, yeah, I'm promised Dinobots, so I want them.
I went to see that with, let's see, my sister's kids are my niece and nephew. So I went to see it with one of my nephews and one of my nieces. And we were an hour into that movie. And my nephew looks at me and goes, I thought this had Dinobots in it. And I said, I did too, bro. I'm waiting for him to show up. And it's like every half hour, he'd like leave me like, are there Dinobots in this movie? I'm like, I think they're on the posters. And they finally show up, and we're both paying attention. And we're like, what? That was it? This was the whole reason the Dinobots were in this movie? This is
I was
wow.
furious at that movie, man. Like, I hadn't been that upset at a movie since, like, Iron Man 3.
And
like,
my dad, of all people, who is totally not a nerd, he summed it up to me. He goes, when Optimus Prime leaves the Transformers movie, when he goes, well, I gotta go, peace out, and leaves, indicating he never wants to be around this script again. That's a sign how
people need me.
Yeah,
he poochied out, yeah. he fucking poochied. And, like, one of the things that made me laugh was like, all right, so Optimus Prime basically loosely convinced the Dinobots, like, hey, let's not kill each other. Why don't you help us kill some bad guys?
I'm
and they're
back,
like,
by the way.
we respect you, so go nuts. And then at the end, like,
yeah. Sorry, I had to take care of a technical problem for my mother. The internet extender apparently decided to shit its pants.
No worries. All right. So does that mean everybody is back?
I'm assuming so.
They just unloaded the Dinobots to the world. Like, when they were done, they're like,
did.
bye.
They're
and
like,
the
okay.
Dinobots just leave and go to ruin China.
Steven
that part cracked me up.
Anna, are you guys here?
Yo.
All right, good deal. I just want to make sure. All right. So before we did our dinner break here, You guys were investigating the big hole in the ground. Did you decide to
Green
go
grass
down?
grew all around.
And we were going to try to. I didn't get it, but I figure once we got right there, since my boss is like the master of mage hands, it's like, can you put mage hands up top there to like pull the furs back over, covering up any spots we can't?
I don't know why I can't do that with my non-mage hands and just sort of reach up and do it.
Well, the idea is it's like clump back down. We flip as much stuff as we can down with the mage hands or with the regular hands. But then, like, do you have to be able to see what you're doing with the mage hand? Can you go like conjure a mage hand above that stuff and like pull?
The mage hand is an extension of my own hand, so yeah, I assume I have to see.
You have to be able to see it. Okay, yeah. Then we'll just have to do it from best we can with our regular hands and call it good.
Alright.
Is it if it's the hand of a mage? Is it still a mage?
What the fuck is that link?
Oh, it's a face.
Yes,
what we
apparently so.
Wait, that's what happened to Corvo while you were AFK. We accidentally cut his face off.
It is a face ready for face transplant. That being said, all right. So you guys are descending down the stairs. You've gotten the furs back over the entrance to where well enough that you think you probably will go unnoticed. The steps in this descent it's clear that the steps are seldom used. A reason that you can tell is there's a layer of frost that has formed on the top of these steps. So I need a dexterity check from everybody as you descend, just to ensure that you maintain your grip on these steps.
I'm a mouse.
Fair enough.
I would like to reiterate that I was going to let Brielle go first.
Don't fall, Brielle.
I got this.
I mean, squeak, squeak, squeak.
So everybody has got that except for Gingy.
I can't find us.
You are top right side of the map. I will ping it.
I am at the top right and see blackness.
It is a rather large map, so you may need to zoom out.
It's like
Yeah,
actually
zoom out so it's smaller. You'll be able to see it. That's how I did it.
Yeah, top right, and then scroll down like a third of a bar worth.
You got it?
Yeah, for some reason, and it was all black, but it re-rendered when I zoomed out far enough, so that was weird.
Yeah, it's a large map. So
You're a large map.
But so yeah, Gingy, give me. So Gingy did end up losing his footing as you guys descend, and are going to take. Are you going to follow the remaining 60 feet down these steps?
My last words were, "I'll haunt all of you."
Well, since
Can I
I'm
try
right
to
there,
catch him?
I was gonna say, can we try to keep him from tumbling to his? I'll bet hilarious squeaking as he hits every step.
You guys are trying to maintain your balance as well. Trying to grab him is probably going to throw you off your balance.
But I can tumble safely.
Gingy, take 18 points of damage.
Dang!
Are you serious?
Yeah, you fell 60 feet down steps.
Yeah, you could have taken 60 damage.
You could have taken much more damage. But once you get to the bottom, and you guys do successfully get there, the chamber is empty except for a few dozen baskets woven from leather strips and walrus ribs stacked in the northern corner. These contain frozen fish and a few skin-wrapped bundles of rotting shark meat. And you guys are essentially in a giant ice cave. To give you an idea, it is dark. Most of the ceilings are about 20 feet high, and the passages are at least 15 feet wide. The floors are worn down and almost glass smooth.
So you're telling me someone from the Mages Society has been down here with a Zamboni?
Well, it's been worn from years of traffic. Whether it's from the ice hunters or something else, you can't tell.
Wild Zambonis.
Right?
All right. Well, then it's what I'm seeing is the back of nothingness because it's dark as fuck, and I don't have dark vision. That's why you fell, Dr. V.
Can you see where your token is and everything, though, right?
Oh no, I see where
Yeah,
I
okay.
can see where my token is,
I was
but
just
I
making
can't see anything.
Okay.
Air quotes.
Okay. The light in here is pretty much non-existent, at least in the area that you're in currently, other than the light coming from an oil lamp at the bottom of these steps.
Oh, there is a okay. The lamp is the only light source.
Right.
I'll get out a torch.
Okay.
Before we get eaten by the
radius on the
slathering
torch
fangs of a
is
lurking
25
brew.
feet.
A groove. That's exactly
So-
what I was thinking.
So I totally just remembered a thing.
Did you?
I'm not just any kind of mouse. I'm like a glowy mouse.
Oh, that's right. You are a glowy on fire mouse.
Am I? So here's
In someone's pocket?
Yep.
how on fire is Brielle's pocket.
So I don't think it's actually on fire unless you're making an attack. My interpretation of that is you do have flames licking off of you that are harmless unless you're actually using them in an attack.
Okay. So
That is how I interpret that.
whenever she like opens her pocket, it looks like Tinkerbell's in there. Is that
Pretty
what?
much. Yeah, that's an apt description.
So is
That's
he like
one-
a heating blanket, like a little warmer thing?
He's like a little hot rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. So I can like just sort of like, come out on the shoulder now and be a little lamp.
Well, we don't need you to be a cute little mouse now. We'd probably want you in a can actually cast spells and do useful shit
Be
shape
people.
now. Be a people.
I can make trees as a mouse.
You can make trees.
Yeah, the one spell I can cast is Druidcraft. That's the like I'm a druid spell.
Can you make trees out of nothingness?
Yeah.
Interesting. So
You
the
should
magic-
totally grow a tree right in the middle.
I'm gonna do that.
The ice cake.
Well, wait.
Yeah.
I'll be subtle again and hint to the druid companion. Be a people. This is the time to be a people.
Do we need to roll initiative?
No, so have your initiative.
Okay.
So there's a tree. It's a little happy tree in the middle of an ice cave.
If you tell anyone about that tree, I will.
I'll kill you. Alright.
All right. Saren becomes a people.
Saren is now a people again.
Oh, wait. I have a button.
But he's not a glowy people.
Oh
Just a
god.
regular people.
It's just I can't turn into a glowy people.
There you go. Human
Right.
shape. Be
Oh,
a
I need-
human. He's just a human shape, though. He's not an actual person. He's just a shape.
Alright, so where are you guys headed?
You can see our turn order.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't.
Can you not? Should be
Yes,
able to.
thanks.
Weird. Let me
Yep,
close
it's
it
blank.
here. Okay,
Still
well,
blank.
that's odd. Hang on, give me a second. I guess I'll delete it. Yeah, it's being funky now. It's not letting me resize. Shit. What the hell? Alright, let me refresh my page. Hang on.
It's the ice.
I blame Steve. That's because Steve wasn't being a people.
So, I can carry a torch because I don't need
Because you have opposable
my hands and
thumbs.
feet.
Can you
I have
can
opposable
you
And
use
he's-
my torch?
And he's a hopeless romantic, so.
There we go.
I will carry
Ah.
2 torches. I will carry a torch for Brielle as long as she's alive in the party.
Aw.
Once she dies,
Just
fuck it,
remember-
though.
Just remember, if you die, I'm gonna have the druid skin you, though. Nothing personal.
Alright. Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead. Since you guys are on a new map, go ahead and give me initiative rolls. That's fine.
I think Corbin wants to keep his 22.
Holy crap.
You just rolled it, so you can keep it.
Here comes my 3. Ah, fuck! I just reset the page. Pull up my character sheet again.
You got his 22. Jesus. Or 20, rather.
20 also.
All the casters are like, oh, fuck you guys.
We
got
we
this.
were in the back, and now we're at the front.
I'm still in the middle.
There you go. All right. So, where are you guys doing?
Well, would we like a marching order? Because it looks like the only exit's southwest there,
Or back up the steps.
or back up the steps. The steps is our bug out.
Well, you've got the torches.
Yes, I do.
Did you actually pull a torch out?
Yes.
Oh, I
Okay.
did, yeah, and I gave it to.
Oh, you
I
gave
will,
your
I will
torch.
I will carry the torch for Brielle.
Okay, so Brill, you gave your torch to go. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to know because I changed lighting on you. So, all right.
I will be the walking arrow magnet.
I can go first, but you have to be close because I can't see shit.
Right. So, well, I was gonna say if you go your move, and I will go catty corner off of you. Like I will keep up with. Debaucher will keep up with Brill as she moves forward. That way, we're the meat shields in front.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
I can't do increments. There's no increments on here, so
Yeah, I'll stick right next. Or
Yeah.
behind it.
So the big squares that you actually see on the map are about 20 feet. For
Oh,
this
there's.
map.
I can see the squares. You have to zoom in a lot.
They're a lot
background.
smaller. Let me see if I can make them a little darker. Hang on.
oh, I see him now. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
him.
they're like you gotta think of them as
Oh yeah, the little baby squares.
They're little baby squares.
Yeah, I'm gonna
There.
make them a little.
Okay, I'll move
They're
up
sneaky.
to here then.
There you go.
All right, check.
Is that easier to see?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will stay with Steve, the king of can't go in marching order.
Wait, I thought were we single file or I thought you two were abreast.
Caddy corner doesn't mean directly behind, nor does it mean single file. Caddy corner means off of.
That means right here.
You got
That's
it.
exactly where I'm at.
You got it. All right. Gingy
You
and
now want to go there because over there.
No, that'd be
Wait.
next to.
you guys
Following
just
in.
following in. All right.
Now we have a failing.
There
Ice
appears-
cave, fucking ice cave, fucking ice cave.
Wow. Okay. Moving again.
All right.
Out here. I want to see. I can't see the. Which way do we want to go?
May as well stay right.
Is it to the right?
Actually, Mage will say left.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you always kept your hand on the left wall.
Put your left hand on the left wall. You can get through any maze.
Okay.
But it would work for the right too. It's,
Yeah, it would work either way. You just have to be consistent about it. I think that I've always heard left.
Yeah, traditionally it's left. And I don't know if there's a light source. Oh, there it is. There is a light source on me. There, I can
Yeah.
see it now. Now I'm finally out of the V of bright light. That is a terrible torch.
Hang on. Well, torches only light 25 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
It was 60.
I think I've always heard 25. I can double check, but
And
Swear
I'm just
it's
gonna
like
stop. I'm gonna stop moving for now because we don't know how to go in turn order or anything. So.
let's see. So I'm curious. I thought it might be 60, but I thought the torches were 25. I think I remembered looking this up before. I could be completely wrong though.
Are these ice caves like extra echoey?
They are rather echoey. You are in Caves Made of Ice.
No, you're right.
I imagine
20
it-
feet. 20
Can we
feet
look
bright illumination, and then light illumination out to 40.
Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. Okay, hang on.
So that seems about right. It seems right-ish.
It needs to be.
5, 10, 15, 20.
It needs to be 40. Right?
Oh!
5, 10,
No.
15, 20.
Not that. Hold on.
That's-
I got
that's a
those.
little
I have those things backwards.
Perfect.
There we go. That's the way it should be. Okay.
Alright. So, can we, like, listen and see if we hear any echoing ahead?
Well,
Sure.
I kind of see a little dude in this room here, so.
Make
Good
a
eyes.
make
Good
a
eyes.
perception check.
Good eyes. Real.
Yeah.
I did too, but it was out of pairing. Alright, well, I know, I guess it's set up. Oh, I'm not paying attention.
Steve is blind as shit. Hey, look at all the pretty colors from the ice.
Well, the torch lit up really bright for a second, and it was
Blinded you.
blinded by light.
I was thinking it too.
Were you wrapped up like a deuce in the middle of the night? There you go. Wrapped up like a mouse in Brill's Nature's pocket.
All right.
Well,
So you do hear some echoing coming from the chamber to the west. And it sounds like feet, kind of clawed feet scraping across the ice. Roll me an intelligence check.
Me?
Yep.
It's all you, B. You got this. You got this.
I
Yeah.
got
So the creature that you're able to see from around the corner looks like a small, almost dragon-like lizard. It's got some minor dragonish features to it,
It's your second cousin.
but it is definitely it's not dragonborn. It's too small to be a dragonborn.
I think he's kind of bold for someone his size.
What was that?
I said, would you say it seems bold for someone their size?
It could be a bit bold.
Huh.
We
Yes.
Do you have any idea what it is?
It's a small dragon, a small lizard-like creature with dragon features, as far as you know.
I think I have an idea what it is, but the character would.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't-
gonna share that
as-
with the group.
Yeah, as a character, I don't think you've ever run into one, so that's why
Yeah.
I'm intentionally being vague about it.
Those critters generally aren't on the high seas.
So there's a small dragon-like creature.
However,
Whatever.
I did find a skull on an altar. Would I say that skull's shape is similar to the shape of that critter?
Yes. Yes.
Could
And
make that
Corvo
up.
identified that skull for me.
Someone make a knowledge nature check, so it'd be like small dragon creature.
Go for it.
Bam!
It is a kobold.
That's Kobold. Yeah. So
around
we
that
should
there
probably try.
corner.
We could probably try talking to this little guy.
If any RPG game has ever explained anything to me, kobolds don't talk, they attack.
You know, take handle.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, did you ever play Guild Wars 2?
You guys never know when you can diplomatize the goblin.
Yes, I played Guild Wars 2.
And-
Right.
and-
They
there
weren't
you go.
smart, but there were some NPCs.
Saren just nailed it right there, though. It's kobolds are smart compared to most of the other goblinoids.
This is
And
very true.
if you actually are nice enough to go, hey, dude, we don't want any trouble because we know you guys are the brains around here. Treat them with, sucking up a little bit. Amazing what you can get kobolds to do for you.
Especially since two of you speak Draconic and are dragony, they might even like revere you.
So, do you think we should go in here?
I would say that you would be a hell of a way to enter the room, being a big ass dragonborn. So if you go in first, I'll catty corner off of you, and we greet this thing.
Okay.
I will bring the old lights around here to eliminate the.
Oh, there's a few of them.
There's a few.
There's a few. I'm gonna move to there and stop.
Am I far enough in you can see from the light?
I can see 3.
Blinded. Damn it, we already did that joke, didn't we?
We
Yes.
did. Oh, God, I feel like shit suddenly.
It's not that. That's not good for you.
No, I'm tired of feeling like shit. I've been sick for like a month.
Have you called tech support?
See
Start
why I
turning it
feel like
off and
shit?
back on again.
Ma'am.
Can you move up a little bit, Goat? One more?
Yes.
I want to see what's in here.
He says without actually doing it. He's like, yeah, I could totally
There we
do
go.
that.
There
Oh,
is a
geez,
sure
ton.
can.
Well,
I can.
I think we were kind of accepting. It was like, I got the light torch, and I know there's people who can have dark vision behind us. I know for sure one person has dark vision. I don't know about anybody else. But
Well, I don't want you to get in front of me.
right, I'm moving, and then Brill's moving, and then I'm moving, and then Brill's moving.
Well, I'm not going to move any farther in. I don't want you to be
A
in.
torch still. Is that torch right?
Should
Yeah,
we
I guess it is.
yeah,
Okay.
it's-
So
it's
25
pretty
and then
close.
40. It just
Pretty
looks brighter than I expect for some reason. It's fine. All right, cool.
There's
Well, I
at
didn't
least
intend-
8 of these in here.
Oh, there's a plethora. Which is the exact word I will use. There is a plethora of kobolds up here.
What is the mass noun for kobolds?
I don't know.
Colby.
A pack?
Colby.
I'm going with Colby.
Well, I thought he meant it for like a group, like you have a
Which-
murder
maybe-
of ravens. I think it's a pack
maybe
of
it would be
kobolds.
Actually, it's a murder of crows and an unkindness
Alright.
of ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kindness of ravens.
Be a,
This would,
would it be a brood?
it would be a cobble of kobolds.
I think it
Nonetheless,
might be
yes.
a brood.
There are a large number of kobolds in the room.
A
What
congress.
It is. Yeah, I like a
A,
Congress.
congress of kobolds.
Congress of
I-
kobolds.
yeah.
That seems to work.
That is now canon.
Yeah.
Watch it. It's gonna be something way off though, like a Dave. It's just like, it's a Dave of kobolds.
It's a Gary of kobolds.
Kobolds have dark vision, right?
Couldn't tell you.
Because they're running in the
Probably
dark,
do.
just standing around in the dark.
So as you enter the room, I should probably describe kind of what's in there. A dozen kobolds occupy the disheveled and filthy chamber. Half-eaten fish heads and gnawed seal flippers are tossed into corners or carelessly strewn about, matted on heaps of furs, which would undoubtedly smell as bad as they look, if not for the cold. Some of the kobolds are sleeping. Some are tossing knuckle bones, sharpening blades, sewing clothing, and carving whale bones, or picking on each other. So they're not stationary. There are a few whale oil lamps strewn about, but they don't give off enough light for you to really be able to see anything. You can probably infer that they do have some sort of dark vision.
Well, then they probably can see us a lot better than we can see them. They know we're here.
I'm gonna hiss to the nearest one in Draconic. Where's your master? And
Bitch,
I'm
where's my
gonna
money?
hiss, like disgusted with this filthy animal in front of me.
And it just screams out, "You not taking us!"
Give me a moment.
That's because he's the GM,
They-
so he has that godly effect.
He has. He's
Weird.
auto-tuned automatically.
I don't know why I sound echoey.
You sound fine to me. I don't
Okay.
know.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
I
just.
I think Fuzz is drunk again.
Let me check my settings real quick. Make sure that my audio didn't get all swapped around. Oh, you know what? It totally did. It's because
See,
my
now
roll
it
20.
fixes
No.
it.
It's my it's just OBS, but my mic got switched to my webcam for some reason. So that probably sounds much better now. Thanks for that, Buzz. I apologize. Yeah, that's.
I don't
totally
hear
what
a
it was.
difference. You sound the same
No, you won't hear it through Skype.
On the stream.
Oh.
It's on the stream.
on the stream. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So you hiss at the kobolds, and go, "Where is your master?" And the few that are there, look around at each other, and did you say that in common or draconic?
No, she said draconic.
Okay. And the reply that you get is an uneasy "down below in his chamber."
Ooh.
So I turn around and start walking away.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was, you didn't mute yourself on the stream, so they heard you eating.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's probably why. Oh, well. Damn. Okay. Yeah, because I muted my headset, and I was like, how is he still hearing me? Okay, so that explains it. Sorry. Yeah, you got to hear me crunch on some Chinese food. Anyway. So you guys are leaving the room with the kobolds, not, and just continuing about your path?
Seems
I'm gonna-
reasonable.
I'm gonna walk away because they responded in a subservient manner.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They
I don't know.
responded.
Check the BDSM dragon manual. I mean,
Yeah, he was definitely uneasy about your presence there.
All right.
It's like I think two were presenting actually.
Jason, I kind of like, yeah, I let, Brielle and Saren kind of walked away. I'm going to back out of the room slowly because you guys may want to have another light source, FYI, out there, just in case we get separated. And I will just take 2 steps back the way I can still see in the room and there's some light out
Well, I
there.
wasn't gonna walk off without you. I was just asserting my
More of a
authority.
She's
sachet.
asserting her
Right.
dominance.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on the pack full of potential hostiles in that room.
All right. So where are you guys headed?
And I'm sorry, I have to go AFK briefly and deal with a work cell phone potential phone call. Shouldn't take long, like 2 minutes max.
No problem. I'll move you if I need to.
Thank you.
You guys headed south through the cave still? Okay.
South.
Let me move. Go to
Way
skip.
down south.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to continue down.
So just as a heads up, to give you a general idea of what the blue on the ground there means that you're getting to walk into, the temperatures in that area are significant, or they drop a bit. So as you move through the areas where you've got like a blue floor, it is noticeably colder than some of the other areas. So that's what that is indicating, just to give you a heads up.
Does the terrain seem difficult?
It doesn't seem difficult. Your footing is a little less sure, as there's a lot more frost on the ground here, as it's where it's colder. But it's not making it difficult for you to walk. It may make other things like running a little bit more difficult, especially with the smoothness of the ice. But keeping your footing at a slow pace walk, or a normal walk rather, is easy enough.
Do we not have our ice cleats?
You do. In fact, I just don't know that anybody put them on.
Well, I put.
I didn't know we had ice cleats.
Yeah.
I
that
asked for ice cleats.
Yeah, that's something that Anna asked for specifically.
What do you get? Where do you get off being all prepared and shit? What the fuck?
I walked through ice. Stupid. Alright. I'm just going to continue on little bit by little bit until we get to something.
Okay. So I'm just going to move Goat to the next intersection, and we'll just do it that way.
There you go.
That
Ah,
seems like a reasonable. I can grab everybody and bring you down. Or. No, there we go. Alright, so are you want to investigate that room, or do I continue on?
I'm going to pop my head in.
Get out of it.
Alright, give me a second here. I'm going to go up. I don't think that's really giving you a whole lot of indication.
You
Your
have
vowels
dark
aren't very
vision?
specific. God damn it.
This room
Low
looks
light
fucking
vision?
huge.
The room is huge.
Does anybody have better view?
No, I can't see. All I can see is that it goes on as far as I can see.
As far as
Yeah.
the eye can
To
see.
get an idea of what's in the room, you'll have to actually move away from the entrance a little bit because it is a large room.
Okay. I'm up.
Okay.
Wieners.
We are inside this ice flow.
You are.
all up in it.
All up ins. All up ins. Alright. I'm going to zoom out on my map over here.
And I apologize, back.
No worries.
Back.
We're probably south from where your view is.
South of where? Okay, so we went down the hallways a little bit. Are we being followed by the kobolds by any chance?
You're not.
Okay.
Alright, so they've just come into this room, and it's a rather large room.
Okay, we came from this direction?
North. No, so there's back that way, and then
Where
up.
Corvo and Sarah
Yeah.
are standing. We came
Yep.
from that way. Okay. We're in a much bigger room that appears to have lots of ice.
I want to go, follow this wall around a little bit.
Okay.
So I need light source.
I will cruise up behind Brill again. Holy shit. There appears to be a large something there.
What is this?
We found a large thing. I'd say from the ice around it, 10, 15 million years. And those crazy Swedes blew it up. Yeah.
Go. Move up here.
I did. I did. I moved up. You want me to move closer to that thing? This could be certain death. It's a boat.
It is a boat.
Can we determine using our boating expertise?
So, some of us have mad boating skills.
Yeah, what type of boat is this?
Alright, so as far as the room is concerned, and I will get to the boat here in just a second, there are creatures frozen in death in the walls of this room, including 5 abominable yetis, a giant squid of jaw-dropping size, a trio of behares, several bugbears, amongst other creatures that you can't quite see through the ice completely to get a good enough idea of what they are. A complete longship with sail raised is also on display. The ship will not fit through any of the iceberg's entrances. It's far too large for that. Your guess looking it over is that it was disassembled outside and then reassembled in this sort of trophy room that you find yourselves in. Looking it over, you can see that there are mistakes in the ship with the rigging and hull planking, but it's a passable ship. You saw it and you went, "That's a ship." So, but there are a little bit of errors in the way that it's been constructed.
It's a Disney ship.
Yeah,
It
kind
looks
of.
good,
Yeah,
but it's not
doesn't
perfect.
function. Yeah, exactly. On the ship's deck is a chest.
Ooh.
Go check that out. I am.
That sure seems like a trap, though.
I'm still gonna check it out.
It's a shiny object. I understand. I will try to.
Like, can
I
I,
will just-
like check it out before I check it out? I don't have trap sense or anything.
From what you can tell, it's a chest full of gems and gold and jewelry.
From what you can tell.
Surprised Gingy hasn't beaten gold. What? Clearly, it wasn't enough to get his interest.
I'm gonna poke it a little bit, see if
The
it.
poultry son.
I'm also not trusting, so you know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hold the torch up as high as I can and go, "You got this, Brill. It's all you."
So you poke one of the gold coins and it behaves like a gold coin would when it gets poked.
It looks at you, gives you the eye.
It does. It gives you a little stink eye. Like, what the hell?
I was the 20.
Was that really necessary?
Excuse me, madam.
Not cool. Not cool,
That's
lady.
it.
Not cool.
What do you guys think?
If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck.
It's obviously a polymorph cockroach.
So,
It's
Well,
Howard.
other than the gold, do you see anything that looks like a dragon's horn that is carved into a dragon's horn that has been carved into a large horn? Because that's what we're here looking for.
I don't think they would just leave it here, would they?
Doubtful.
I don't think grabbing up loose coin. I'm all for grabbing up loose loot. However, this is not really like loose. This is on display on this boat that can't have gotten here. Somebody took it apart and put it back together wrong. This seems like it's. Well, look at the walls. This seems like a trap.
Look at the bones!
Look at the bones. Squeak! I told you.
I'm gonna note this on my mental map because I can do that shit, and we'll come back for it.
okay.
So with somebody who's, I don't know how far dark vision goes. Can anybody see anything above the ship, like north of the ship here?
My vision goes to about here. That's it.
You
Okay.
can move up there, goat. And check it
All right,
out.
I will
Hang
move
on.
up to the end of the ship. God dang it, mouse is acting twitchy. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's the end of the room there.
Can you go to the bottom of the room?
I can, so I will move to the bottom of the room down here. I don't want to leave you guys in total darkness, but the room's pretty big to the south.
Keep going.
All right. 3, 4, 5, 6. More wall. Holy shit, this is a big chamber.
Keep going.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. More wall. This is a big ass chamber. Watch your step, a lot of ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it looks like a little eddy cul-de-sac corner of a room over here.
Okay, so it's just a big room.
This is a huge ass room.
Okay.
Good. Were you here to hear the blue floor explanation?
No, sorry.
Okay. So the floor here where you're at currently is blue, and it just indicates a large drop in temperature, about 20 degrees from the temperature it was where you first entered.
Yeah, it's compressed blue ice. I got you.
Yeah. So it's just a bit colder. It doesn't really have an effect currently on you guys because you are wearing your thick winter furs and whatnot. However, if it does get any colder, you may experience some issues.
Good to know. All right, so do we want to go back to the passageway we came from?
Yes.
Okay,
There's
and
only
that
one passage.
should be right up here.
I
Yeah.
like
Ish.
finding that ends. That means that we've satisfied this area.
This seems like the loot room.
Yeah.
All right, I'll move myself back to Brill. Bloop. Carrying the torch for her, as always.
Yay. It's the Olympics.
La da 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 da
Let's
da da.
craft y'all.
So the flooring out here is not the blue ice.
It is the blue ice.
It is blue ice.
Yeah, there's enough difference that you can tell. The 4 colors it could possibly be is white, off-white, the blue that you're currently on, and then a deeper kind of darker blue.
Got it. And this appears is this a large object or is that an object down in the floor like a pool?
That I will tell you when you guys get up there.
Okay, because Brielle and I can see it from where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Looks dangerous. You guys go first.
Pull Gingy and Cypher over.
Whee!
All right.
Whee! And a whee!
Lost DOS.
So the chamber here feels cooler than any of the area of the ice caves that you explored so far. The cold issues from a yawning pit in the floor that twists down into darkness, and above which a heavy iron hook is anchored into the ice of the ceiling. A 5-foot wide walkway extends around both sides of the pit, connected this entrance to an exit across the room. Carved into the ice walls are images of white dragons in flight.
Oh,
That's pretty pimp.
It is a feeding hook.
Well past bedtime. I want to give you extra time to eat.
It's a very, very deep pit. Okay, so there's a big hook hanging over it. I agree. This is a feeding pit. So one way to safely find out what's at the bottom of that pit is if there was a druid who could turn to some kind of flying form.
Should have brought a cobalt with us. That's what they're good for.
Throwing down pits. Like, no, fuck this guy.
Kobolds make excellent spell components. A fireball, you just need a kobold and a match.
Set him on fire.
Find traps, kick them down the hallway. It's
And
perfect.
there's definitely an exit to the northwest.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't have good balance, watch your step going around it because it's only a 5-foot path.
Anna, I need a dexterity save from you, please.
I just
What?
jinxed it. Sorry.
As you're
just
walking
jinxed it
around
for you.
that path. Yep.
Just remember, if you fall, flap your arms really hard.
So, where do we get a new Dragonling warrior there?
Where do we buy a new Dragonborn?
we recruit a kobold.
How
Just
did we
pump
get
it up
the
a
last
lot.
one? You just showed up, right?
So as you are moving around the edge of this hole, the ice under your feet and around the edge does crumble,
Fuckski.
and sends you down, sliding down this chute.
Oh, lovely.
How far down has she slid it?
Got
About
cleats on.
further than you can see
Well,
is the answer to that question.
The question is, but she has slid it down it. So, is it a fast? Like
It is.
I thought it was like a pit, like a
No,
fall.
it is a chute.
Okay, it's a chute.
Anna, you're
Gotcha.
going to go down on the page to be able to find yourself.
All right. Well, the minute I see the Dragonborn go through, I am going to fall flat and prone onto the ground, arms and legs splayed out, and go, floor's not sturdy.
Alright, Saren's going to cast Investiture of Ice. Let me take a...
The goat, were you sliding down the chute as well? Is that what you were
No,
indicating?
I am dropping flat. That way I am evenly distributed weight-wise, because it sounded like she crumpled through the floor and slipped down into the hole.
No, the edge of the pit, around the pit, gave way and
Right.
caused her to slide in. Yeah.
I'm dropping flat to the ground, and
Okay.
so that way I don't collapse the ground. Investiture of Ice. You're immune to cold damage, resist fire damage. You can move across difficult ground.
Shit. I could have rerolled too.
Saren's going to jump in after Brielle.
Okay.
No.
Wait, were you in her pocket?
Why? Why are you doing that?
No, he's a person again.
Nah.
All right, so you're going after Brill?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to zoom out here for a second. You're going to go down. Pretty much directly down, and you should be able to find yourself. It's just a considerable ways.
See, I was just gonna like clear up to the edge and yell down to try to figure out how far it was.
I'm gonna get out my torch, another torch.
Yeah,
Okay.
Taryn, as soon as he gets down, he's gonna light up.
Oh, okay.
Just yeah, there will be an orb of light.
Okay, and you give out. I'm going to just treat you like a torch. So 40 and 25. There you go.
So, since I just watched the druid cast an ice spell on his feet and jump down the hole on purpose, I just have to look at my employer and go, so, druid's just naturally intelligence a dump stat, or is this just a trend?
I'm just gonna shrug.
So you guys jumping in after Steve and Brill, or?
Fuck no!
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
waiting
what
for one of them-
what choice do we have?
I'm waiting for one of them to yell up how far they fell.
Yeah. So is there? Do we
I
see?
didn't take any damage, so.
No. You guys that went down, you essentially slid down a chute for about 60 feet before falling 20 onto the floor of another chamber.
Well,
Ouch.
that was fun. We're okay.
So they're about 80 feet down.
They are.
Just a heads up, Rail. We just announced our presence.
Well, the kind of sliding down the chute.
Sliding and
probably makes
dropping
sense.
20 feet. But you're lucky you didn't take 20 feet of
I'm
falling
gonna
damage
get out
from
of
it.
the way so they don't hit us.
Probably a good call.
So my question is there, GM.
Mm-hmm.
How exactly long is my enchanted ship's rigging rope that I've got?
I never gave you a max length on it, and I probably should have, thinking back about it. Let's call it 50 feet. That seems like a good number.
All right. How far down from the ceiling does that hook hang?
The hook hangs.
Because I mean, I know Dr. V can like do dimension doors and stuff like that, and you can teleport pretty well. I know he's taken one person with him. I don't know if he's ever done groups. I'd like to have a way
I
back
can't
up.
do groups.
I'd like to have a way back up before I go blindly jumping down a hole. Up is good. So
I don't have enough spells per day of that level to get everyone up because I'd have to do it one at a time.
The
Right,
hook
right.
hangs about 3 feet from the ceiling, so it's about 17 feet above your head over the bit.
So, we have a hook right there that's suspended in the ceiling. It looks like it's fairly sturdy. I have a pretty good rope, and regular rope, and some silk rope. I could pry lasso it, and I could tie my 50 feet of silk rope to somebody else's rope. If they fell down 60 feet down a chute, then 20 feet, there's 80 feet, call it 100 feet. So we could at least have a rope to get back up to this level.
Well, here's the thing, and this is what I was going to ask. Spider climb. How is it affected by the substance that the walls are made of? Because the spell does not specify. It just says that you can walk on vertical and horizontal surfaces. That's it.
It doesn't specify. I would probably treat it as, because the walls are ice, I'd probably just treat it as difficult terrain, even though you have spider climb. So you would be able to move, you'd be just at a slower pace.
Question: can I climb up the ice chute?
It's 20
it's
foot
20
drop.
feet above your head. Assuming you can make that 20 feet up,
I
would take...
can get us both back up, but do we want to explore down here first?
Yeah, I was just wanting to see how I could get out myself.
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys will have a week to think about it.
Yes.
This is about the spot where we need to call it.
It's a good prospect.
But you guys watching, I know several of you guys just came in. We appreciate that you came in. Thanks for coming and hanging out and watching. We do this every week. We do it from roughly 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I believe we'll be back next week. I don't think anybody has any plans to miss.
Reason not to.
Plan to be here.
You guys can come back and find out why it's a bad idea to split the party. I mean, what's going to happen.
Just remember, if the Dragonborn don't make it, we'll be okay.
It'll be right.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody will make it out alive.
In general, Saren can always turn into a giant eagle. It's like,
True.
His last screeching words was "Bye!"
America. as he
Excuse me, I was
flies
gonna say, excuse me, he's a giant freedom. Thank you very much.
off.
That's right.
if you mount him, you take the shape of Stephen Colbert.
But that being said, we will be back next week, and they were really just getting started.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Shall we say they just scratched the surface of the iceberg?
Hey, this guy.
Is it too much?
This guy.
Bad.
This guy here, I'll tell you.
He's just, hey, give him a break. He's just trying to be slick. Huh?
Yeah, come back next week. More terrible jokes that I'm sure somebody
That
will
was a-
apologize for.
Cool joke.
Get out.
That's
Oh.
nice.
Thanks.